Hi, I'm with Noah Penda, who plays with Le Mans and who has entered the 2025 NBA draft. And I'm here to ask him a few questions. For the draft audience that may not know you so well yet, can you tell us about your background and about basketball journey so far?
Yeah, hi, my name is Noah Penda. I'm 20. I'm born in France. I've started basketball at 9 in a local club in France. Then I went to Villemont where I started really playing basketball at a higher level. We were going in the entire France. Then I went to Levallois where a club just got erased from the Pro A for budget problems. And then I went to the Pôle Espoir where we have the top prospect, top players of the region, which is called the region Île-de-France. So I played there my second year. So when I was U14 to U15, we did half of the season there because of the COVID. And then I entered INSEP. Then I've played at INSEP for 2 years, 2 years or 1.5 years because we had the end of COVID. So we couldn't play in the U18. So I went up with the category up where I played with Ousmane Dieng, Armel, Adam Abal, some well-known players now. Then I've come out in SEP 1 year early because I skipped a class. So I was like 1 year early in class. So I was done. I graduated at 17. And Guillaume and Vichy at the time asked me if I wanted to turn pro after the end of my second year. So I said yes, after denying other options. And I turned pro, played there for 2 years, and then I ended up playing in Le Mans this year.
Great, great. I have a few questions because you went through a lot. One, let's start earlier, a little bit in your early background. Do you have any other athletes in your immediate or extended family?
Yeah, both of my parents were professional basketball players at a smaller level. My mother played second division. My dad played in third and fourth division. My little brother is doing basketball right now. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, he plays for U18 in Paris.
And they just lost the final four yesterday. They won the third place game. It's a part of the process for him.
How proud are you as a big brother?
I'm very proud. I try to be there for him. I try to teach him the little aspects of the game he might not see or what the things that I haven't been taught when I was younger. So if he needs any questions, he calls me a lot. I call him a lot. I watch every one of his games. I try to make him watch mines or watch basketball. So that's I have a great relationship with him.
Great, great.
And I'm just proud of what the athlete is becoming and the grown man he's becoming too.
Now, you did mention that you started basketball at an early age, like around 9. And you look at your film and your game, you seem to be a very high IQ basketball player that moves, that cuts and moves without the ball. Do you attribute that to the early stages of learning of playing basketball? What do you attribute that, you think?
I wouldn't say that it's because I started playing basketball early, but when at first I was like really ball handler more of. So I had to know how to organize my team. My first coach I had was the one who really taught me how to read the game, be at the right spot at the right time, make the good decision, make the good pass. And then after when I grew up and I started to go with playing with guys that were older than me, I had to knew like my role arriving in a new team. So the superstar that had the ball, I had to find a way to be on the court without the ball. And especially at INSEP, my first year, it was a big part of why I was on the court. It was because I was able to contribute to a win without having the ball in my hands.
Yeah, and you weren't the oldest kid on the INSEP team, correct? You were like a year younger or a couple years at times when you first started at the INSEP.
Yeah. I was the younger guy on the team, the youngest, and I was playing more than some of the guys that were already there.
Yeah, yeah.
That was great.
Nice. Do you think that can help you at the next level in the NBA of learning, have already played in a role where there's people that are maybe older and more established, but you know how to find that, how to help the team?
Yeah, I've watched most of the rookies that were in the previous class, like the years before. And I know that when you arrive in the NBA, there are like a certain role you're going to have to play before they hand you the key of the teams. So you have, except if you're already like chosen, like LeBron was, to be like the main guy on the team, the rookie most of the times have to prove themselves, then become the guy they become after.
Can you tell us a little bit how you felt for your first pro experience at Vichy? Like, how did that, like, when you, it's something new, right? It's starting your pro career.
Yeah. Oh, so there was it was two very different years because my first year I was a bit shy. The coach that I have right now told me that if I wanted something, I had to go get it myself. So that's what he teach me very like quickly. That's why I learned very quickly, even from the elder guy that were on my team. If you want something, you cannot wait for the coach or for the players that are on the court to give it to you. You have to go get it. So I had to find ways, just like I did the previous years, to be on the court without having the ball. So I had to grab rebound, everything you need for a guy that won't have the munitions in his hand with the ball.
Nice.
And then after my second year was a very different year, and the team was like organized very in a very different way because we had like a really, really young team. We had Ilias Kamardin who and Lucas Dufiel who were like 2 years older than me. Older, yes, but we were in the same mentality. All new pros that wanted to play. We were just hooping the second year, and that helped me a lot because I haven't had that feeling where I was just the young guy on the team. I was a part of the team. I had a big role in the team, and I had many responsibilities that were handed to me easier, like easily.
Okay. I know. And then you transition from pro B with Vichy to pro A. And after Guillaume Vizad, who's the coach that you've mentioned, goes with you, was he part of the decision that you went to Le Mans? And how is that relationship with him?
I think it's just a great relationship between a player and a coach. He trusts me, I trust him. He was the first one to sign to Le Mans, and he said to me as soon as I signed, the first player I wanted to bring was you. So I give you time to think about it. It was like through the end of the season. He said, "Do you want to come? I'll let you think about it." I thought about the other options, and I was like, "Yeah, he know me, I know him. I think it's gonna be easier to develop myself as a good player, and if I know the coach kind of got my back." So it was just great. And in my second year, I showed him that he wouldn't have to again hand me the thing that I wanted. I had to go get them, and I had to prove him that I was ready for the responsibility that he want to offer me at the next level.
Last year, you had declared for the draft. You did a few workouts, including in Portland. How was that experience for you? And what did you learn from it for this time around?
The one important on all the workouts.
Just overall, all the workouts from last year with NBA teams.
It was just a great time because I thought the workouts would have helped me to learn quickly and quicker than playing in Europe because the guys I was playing there were like younger but more physical. So the game was very different, high intensity always. The mentality is not the same. So you get to learn from everybody, even the coaches or the players that are my age or a year or two older. It helped me to prepare myself throughout this year to come back more ready the next year. So it was great, and I knew I could ask you to. I had the opportunity to talk with the head coaches and the GMs there, so I knew what they wanted me improve during this season to be more serious contender for the next draft.
What do you feel you've worked on since the last time they've seen you play?
Obviously, I think my jump shot was a big question last year. I've worked a lot on it throughout the whole summer, the whole year. I still have some progression to do on it, but I think it's quite good. I wasn't expecting to be a 40% shooter after being a 25, and now I'm at 32 something. So I think it's good. The progression is there. It can be even better. The reads during the game, because NBA game is like much faster than European game. The physicality, I had to work on my body a lot this year to prepare for the next season. So I've learned a lot. Yeah, and I've worked a lot. And I think I did a good job this year to improve myself as a player.
Now, before you started your season in the mall, you played with the U20 team, Eurobasket team. You won the gold medal, which I'm sure is great experience. I like you to describe that, but also you hit a quarterfinal game-winning shot three at the buzzer against Spain. Can you describe that shot and that feeling, and also the overall experience?
So let's talk about the shot. It was just like meant to be me who took the last shot, because in U19 I had the same shot during the same game, France against Spain final, and I missed it. Not at the same spot, but I took the same shot, and that specific game where I had the terrible game, I felt like in U19 I felt like I had let my teammates down, and it was like a horrible feeling during the whole year. Every time I woke up and I was going to the practice, I was like, damn, this can't happen anymore. So yeah, it helped me a lot to work. And then this year during the quarterfinals, same story happens. I had a terrible game, and I was like, damn, it happened again. You know what to get to do. And the first option was for another player, but after the ball got kicked out and we had no timeout left. So I had an eye contact with Guillaume, which was also my coach, U20, and he said, I understood what he meant when he looked at me. He said, go get the ball and do your things, and the rest, we we live with what happened. So I took the ball, and a time of the game where you don't know what you're going to do. You just go in autopilot and let your body do the job for you. You don't have to think about what you want to do or what you have to do.
Yeah, and for anybody who hasn't seen the shot, was NBA range, right top of the circle ish
Yeah.
shot. The defender was all over him and nothing but net. It was
Yeah.
a beautiful shot, probably for that entire tournament. Any play was probably the biggest play of the tournament. Going back to you switch from Pro B to Pro A, for those Americans in the audience that has never seen the difference, is there a big difference in level between Pro B and Pro A, in your opinion?
I think there is a big difference of term of level, and generally the individuals are a lot better in Pro A, that's for sure. But with that said, I think from my experience, way harder to play in Pro B and perform in Pro B than in Pro A, because in Pro B, you don't got five guys on the court that can shoot. So when you have a drive and you got three other people on the court that can shoot, everybody like shrink the floor and you have to make the right decision every time. And it's more of a fight in Pro B. In Pro A, you just have to, like when you got a screen, the screen is going to make you open. You're going to be open when you come out of screen. You just have to make the right reads. You're going to be open at one time on the court. You have to make the shots. It's really like more, it's cleaner in Pro A than in Pro B, but I think it's harder in Pro B to play.
Yeah. For the audience that doesn't know, this Friday you're playing in the playoffs versus Monaco, who happens to be in the EuroLeague finals. So that's you're playing basically the top level of European basketball. Good luck to that playoff game.
Thank you.
I know you have a lot going on, right? The draft, that as well. How do you manage all that?
I think it's easy to manage it because the draft is going to go well and it's going to be good if I play good. I just have to focus on my game, and then everything that's going to happen after is going to be well. It's going to follow itself. So just stay focused on one thing and the rest will come apart.
Yeah, makes sense. For those who haven't seen you play before, can you describe your game to them?
I think it's a bit hard to say one thing that I do well because I feel like I can do anything at any moment. You put me in any teams, I'm gonna find something that I can do on the team. You want me to play point guard? All right, I'm gonna bring up the ball, organize the game. But then after you want me to play defense on the 4 or 3 positions, I'll do it. I'm gonna improve in the catch and shoot. So on nights, if you want me to do only catch and shoots, I can do everything. But the thing that I do very well is obviously slashing, like driving downhill, finishing close to the basket, or diving, do the bigs that are when the bigs come to help, finding my teammates open, and then after play defense. I've improved a lot also on that this year. Yeah, I can do everything.
So when I see some of your film, I see that you like using your crossover, you like using your spin to get downhill. Do you feel that's
Yeah.
one of your go-to moves? Yeah.
My speed move, I've been doing this since a long time now. It was my first move that I've been teach when I was young. It's just natural. I don't really think about, oh, you're gonna do the speed move at that time. It's just I know when I have to do it and I do it automatically. And after I try to improve a bit on what else you can do when you like the counter move.
If you were to tell NBA GM or a draft audience or a coach, what is the one thing that you do that contributes the most to winning?
I think it's gonna be I will make the right decisions. Like it's easy to say that because obviously that involve a lot of things, but if I'm on the court and the ball is coming to me, the right decision is going to be made. If I have to shoot it, I'll shoot it. If I have to pass it, I'll pass it. It's just this. I want to win. So if I'm on the court, the things that I'm gonna do is the things I have to do to win.
Going with that, if I were to talk to a teammate or former coach of yours, how would they describe you or your game?
I don't know, but I've asked the questions one time to a player when I was in Pro B, and they said I was Mr. Do It All.
Okay. Swiss Army.
Still what?
You're a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah,
It's all
exactly,
the tools there.
exactly. I think it's cool to play with me because you know that if you need me to do anything, I'll do it and I'll do it right. So if you ask anybody what it's like to play with Noah, I'm sure they're gonna say it's great because he can do anything, everything.
When you watch film, what do you look for?
When I watch opponent, of course, I'm watching what they do on the court. I watch a lot of films, basketball, uh, EuroLeague, Europe or NBA. It don't matter. I watch everything. But when I watch my films, I watch everything on films. You can basically see everything you want to see that you might not see when it's live action. I watch everything, everything. The thing that I do good, the thing that went bad, the thing that I could have improved, where I could have been or should have been at that moment.
Okay. What keeps you motivated?
I think that it is just all the energy I've put since the start and the energy that my family have put and the trust they have put in me since the beginning. They have made an incredible amount of kilometers to come to see me play. They have sacrificed sometimes some holidays just to come to see me play. They have stopped the work to come to see me play. I have to hand back what they gave me at the beginning of my career.
What are your biggest interests off the court?
Interest?
Yeah.
I like to cook. I wanted to be a chef when I was young. So I haven't had the opportunity when I was young, but I like to cook. I like science a lot. I'm really interested in how your body works, how everything works, the cars, mechanics, or just anything that touches to science. I like it. And then I've learned how to play the piano. I got it right here. And
How nice.
sometimes I just sit and start to play. It's
Nice.
just a way to relax sometimes. And of course, I got PlayStation also.
Yeah. If you had a free off day and you weren't allowed to play basketball, work out, or train, what do you think you would spend your time doing? I'm sure some of the things you just described, but if you were, because they're like, can't touch a basketball, you got to give your body some rest,
Yeah.
something different.
No, I can do anything. I think I'm gonna go and see family or friends, just hang out, having some times to do the thing that I'm not about to do when I'm in the season, because of course I'm not like close from home. When you got a short time to get some rest, you want to spend it as much as possible doing the things that you don't have the opportunity to do when you're in the season.
Okay. Nice. Win an Olympic gold medal for France or win an NBA title? If you could only pick one in your career, tough. That's a tough one.
It's tough because you can do both. You can do
But if you only had one,
Nah, I think Olympic, because my mom will be like really proud about me representing France and having France on my jersey, because I know it was a childhood dream for her.
nice. And top two most used apps on your phone right now. What are your go-to apps?
My go-to apps is Google Maps. For real. Everywhere I go, I need to use Google Maps to see how long it's gonna take for me to go there, where it is, what's around. I really use Google Maps a lot, and then I say Snapchat because that's how I communicate with my friends.
Can you describe yourself or in a few words, describe if somebody other than basketball?
Really chill guy. Most of my teammates are gonna say I'm annoying because I like to joke a lot. I just jokes and music. That's pretty much all my life and how everybody sees me. When I arrive to practice, I have always my music turned up to the max volume, so everybody knows that I'm coming. And after I joke, I'm chill. I'm never stressed, not worry about anything. Just a chill guy.
Which is a contradiction because when you see him on the court, you're high energy, you're getting
Yeah,
shins on defense, you're moving everywhere. So it's that yin and yang.
that's I cannot be at that level of intensity every time. So when I'm off the court, I got to relax a bit.
I thank you for being on and letting the NBADraft.net audience get to know you a little bit better. Good luck on Friday against Monaco. And we look forward to hearing about your future in pros.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Have a good day.